Hello and welcome to Nonic Nonsense, a show where the only thing standing in between the hosts and fame is the $2,000 membership fee for Actors Equity. My name is Kat Gold.
I'm Michael Materdomini. I'm alive. I survived the flu. We're all good.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry about missing last week. Seemed like a lot of fun. Your boy had to be sidelined. It's not good at all. It was worse than any time I had COVID. Like, I woke up on Monday and I felt fine. Like, after Witches closed on Sunday, great run. We'll get to you in a minute. But I woke up on Monday, I was fine. I did my jobs. I went to work. Tuesday, I woke up, I had like a little scratchy throat. And I was like, probably not anything. Wednesday, I woke up, I was from the crypt, as one would say. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I'm dead. I was like, I'm dying. What is happening? And like, thank God I didn't have work on Wednesday. So like, I just got to like relax and chill out. But I took a COVID test. It was negative. And apparently there's flu tests that I didn't know were a thing. Dad went out, got the flu test for me, came back positive for flu A. I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't know there was more than one type of flu, but sure. And, apparently that flu sucks. Like, that's the worst flu that you could get. And now I don't doubt that statement. Like, full on congestion, headache, body aches. The election happened.
So that made everyone feel ill.
Yeah, I literally woke up and I texted you this. I woke up, I went to bed and the annoying orange was up about like 100 points. And I was like, oh, well, you know what? None of the swing states have happened yet. I'm just going to go to bed and I'm going to wake up. And, it'll be what it'll be. And I woke up at like 4:00 in the morning and I rolled over and I did the sign of the cross and I looked down at my phone and I saw that Pennsylvania was red and my mouth got watery and I was like, I'm going to throw up right now. I got up, went to the toilet and proceeded to projectile vomit. So I'm going to cause me getting the flu on Donald Trump. Fuck you. Thank you. So that's all that is. But, we're alive. We're kicking. Today was like the first real day where I got up on my feet and, went to work, did my shebang. We're in Tech Week of Aladdin Jr. All right. Here we are. Real. That goes up this weekend. And then the weekend after is like the elementary Aladdin. And then I get Thanksgiving, the Bubby show on that Monday.
Oh, wow.
And then Anastasia on Tuesday. So everything's coming to wraps. It's the end of the year, finishing things off nicely. But, almost got taken out by the flu. That was not on my bingo card for this year, for sure.
And that is why everyone needs to get their fucking flu shot.
Yup. Go out and get your shots, kids. It's not fun. Doesn't play around.
Oh, what a baby.
The flu gave me back shots in 2024. Not COVID, the flu. Joy. What joy?
I fucking can't. I can't.
Anyways, sorry about that opener. Jesus Christ. We found out that Michael almost died and threw up multiple times. And, what a fucking opening. Welcome. Kat, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm about at the time of recording. I'm about to fly out for a wedding. So I'm flying down to Florida for a bit, flying down to Pensacola. I'm actually going to go meet up with Topher. We're probably going to get lunch. I'm going to meet up with Sarah for sure. We were getting lunch.
Please FaceTime me so I could say hello.
Done and done. But I'm doing good. Like
it's just a shame, Kat, that the wedding that you're going to is not ours yet.
Shut the fuck Michael, listen. With the trajectory of how my life is going, it looks like our pact is gonna be happening soon. So we're gonna be fine. The wedding will come.
All
Jesus.
right, all right.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, no. I love how crazy busy you are because like I literally only have Disenchanted and like we're on a break.
Yeah, no, girl, like when I have that day off, finally, like, some days are like, I don't do anything in the morning, but I do a lot at night. So
Hmm.
like my parents are like, you technically had a day off. And like technically they're right. But like also I did something that was very extravagant today. Like a normal job is like that's
Yeah.
fine, but like I'm up on my feet. I'm teaching, I'm doing all this stuff. Like today at work, I was working with my student Atlas and they were doing this exercise called 3 knocks. And she handed me the paper. I was like, what the fuck is this? And she's like, it's 3 knocks. And I was like, all right, cool. So I started looking at it, and it's a format where you have to add certain movements into a piece. Like for example, she needed to come up with a scene that had 3 knocks. She had to crawl on all fours. She had to spin in a circle 3 times. She had to jump, and she had to say the word hello in the piece.
What voice and movement nonsense is this?
I don't fucking know, but they go to Dreyfus, and I was like, oh, so this is the criteria that we're doing now. Uh, so what I ended up doing is the scene is about someone who finds a Ouija board in
Mm-hmm.
the attic, and like all those movements get put into like she gets possessed, and it's this whole like thing. I was working my ass off for like an hour and a half.
This is like script building. I don't even know what the fuck that is. However, it is funny that that it has all these physical things. I was watching a video on Playable, and it was like Christian Borle going through like his like Broadway credits, like program by program,
Mhm.
and he literally said that he has it. He got it. He was like, I don't know how to do math. I got a BFA and rolling around on the ground, and I was like, that's what it is.
No, seriously, I was like, I was like, okay, so now we need to crawl on all fours, and then we're gonna knock here, and then we're gonna jump and spin in a circle here. I was literally in my studio, just me and the student, because everyone else had gone home, and I'm
Yeah.
rolling on the floor, acting like I'm possessed. Like if someone walked in there, they would have like had to put some Narcan in me, like I was like seizing out. Like it was really like I sat up and I looked at the student, and I was like, what the hell are we doing? Like, and they were like, I don't know, but it's working. I was like, all right, great, break a leg tomorrow.
Some of the shit that you do in theater school is so fucking weird. I remember I did a Fitzmaurice voice work class for like a semester in college. And so, you're doing like the tremoring and stuff. You're doing like cat, cow, and like cockroach poses and all this shit. And it was like our first day. And I remember like our teacher was like, so tell us like what what was the experience of going through like a tremor like for you? And one of the kids was like, it felt like an orgasm. And like I was like,
All
I
right.
I need to remove myself from this shit.
And that's the 8:30 in the morning class.
Yes, it was. It was like 8:30 at the fucking gym in
Yep.
like this giant room. And of course it has like windows where everyone in the gym that's doing normal things, like working out, is
Yeah.
watching us like convulse on the ground for an hour.
They're like, that's the BFA acting kids. No, I remember in college we did this exercise, and like keep in mind, like my freshman 15 was my freshman 50 back in college. Like if
Hot.
anyone has ever seen Indiana Jones, I was the boulder in the first movie. Like they had to roll me places. And we did this exercise where there was like a kumbaya circle sort of,
Mm-hmm.
and it was to like get to know everyone's like I don't know, their
Their
aura.
trauma.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
their
really no,
aura.
it was no. There wasn't words. There was just like like we were just like chanting and shit. And then as a group, we would decide who to lift up in the air. So like we go and person up as a group, and then we would put them back down, and then we go, right. I I went last. Everyone was looking at my fat ass like, I'm not picking him up.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
And I just, a certain someone sitting in his chair, just watching all of this. And then the lights get flipped up, and then they're like, okay, let's move on. I'm like, what the fuck was the significance of this? Like,
Yeah.
thank God I got a full ride. Like, I have no clue what the hell is happening. If I was paying 60 grand for this, I'd be so mad.
I definitely paid good money for like, I mean I didn't pay out of pocket. I had like student loans, whatever,
Yeah.
which I'm too poor to pay on. Thank God. Thank God for theater. Um but there was definitely my freshman year. We had a different voice and movement class, and like I remember we would have to do like the sea of fish exercise where like you have to move like a sea of fish around the room and like doing all the movements with each other like connected. And then there was one activity where like we would all lay on the floor and like we had to lay like our head on part of someone else's body, and then we would like laugh together and like audibly like make
Yeah.
sounds. And I was just like, what? And like like I there's some things that like I did pull from those classes, mainly like creating tension in my body to get a physical response. But like some of these other things, I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, if anyone else walked into that class and saw that was what we were being taught, like literally it would be shut down. Like if it wasn't musical theater, they'd be like, what the fuck? These people are not qualified to teach musical theater. Like, yes, 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 it makes sense. That, oh my God, fucking hell.
We had this exercise in college where we had to just pretend like we got home after school, like you did what your routine
Mm-hmm.
was when you got back. And the teacher wanted us to bring in our actual stuff from our house. And keep in mind, I didn't have a car. So I put everything as much as I possibly can into a basket, carried my television, walked 3 blocks to class, and then set up my room. And my buddy Julio, who I would love to have on because he's just a riot. He he asked me. He goes, "Hey, I forgot to bring a pillow at lunch period, like our lunch break. Can you go back to your apartment and just get me a pillow for my assignment?" I was like, "Yeah, whatever." I was like, "What are you doing with it?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna use it to sleep in my bed. Like I just needed a pillow." I was like, "All right, whatever, sure." So I went back and I grabbed my pillow from my bed, just thinking I was being a nice friend, and I'm not in his class. So I come out, to grab my pillow once he's done with class, and he comes out and he's laughing and he gives me the pillow. And everyone's like, wash that fucking pillow. And I was like, what do you mean, what did he do? Apparently, his 5 minute exercise was he walked into his room, got into bed, and fucked this shit out the pillow. Someone fucked my pillow in college for a grade. For a grade, someone had intercourse with my pillow. Safe to say, I burned that pillow. I was very mad at him. And then we went back to my apartment, ate pizza, and played Fortnite. Like that's just what college was. But yeah, someone did have sexual intercourse with my pillow for an assignment.
I'm trying
Safe to say, a BFA is crazy. Um,
to
and have fun for whoever's going off to college and doing that this year. Because yikes.
Or people could be like traumatized by like the criminal activities in a Meisner class. Have fun or be traumatized. One or
Yeah,
the other.
pick and choose. It's up to
Yeah.
you. Are we gaslighting? Anyways, okay, so Kat,
Mm-hmm.
the Carbonells happened last night.
Yes, the pasta carbonaras have occurred.
Yeah, so let's run down the awards. for the musicals. All right. Like I'm not in tune with the plays. I'm sorry. So let's just go over the musical selection here.
Michael, we don't need to go down the list. You just want to prove that Slow Burn swept.
It's not even that. It's not even that. The
Little
Little
Mermaid.
Mermaid torched. Like it was going up against some heat. Like, I was expecting some love for like even like SpongeBob or Into the Woods. No, Little Mermaid took out the broom and was like, "All right, y'all." Like,
I'm shocked that Into the Woods got swept by Little Mermaid.
you had to see that Little Mermaid though. Like, I was like, "This
I
is a
mean, I wanted
sleeper,
to
y'all."
see it. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, "This is a sleeper, y'all." Like, not, I went into that contract and I've talked about it. Like, I was like, "That's Little Mermaid. How good could it be?" And it ended up being my favorite show that I've ever done ever. So
Mm-hmm.
like, it won most outstanding musical, best direction. Melanie Fernandez won for Ariel for best female lead. Heather Jane won for best supporting female for Ursula. Uh, Nico won for best choreo for it. Like I was sitting back and I was like, damn. And then on top of that, right next to it is a picture of Ryan Kraut as Mr. Krabs, and then under it is the name Bruce.
But
Bruce Sabbath.
who was not in SpongeBob, who was not anything related to SpongeBob, was Tevye in Fiddler at a different company.
And won.
Yeah.
But it's Ryan Kraut as Mr. Krabs.
But it's the image of
and they fixed it on the website now, but
I
got a screenshot of it before they fixed it. Because I woke up to that. Ryan Kraut sent me a screenshot. I was like, yo, congrats, Bruce. So shout out Ryan Kraut. Shout out Bruce Kraut. And shout out everyone involved with the pasta carbonara. It's not only the winners, but the losers as well. Because
welcome to the club. Congratulations. You are a Carbonell loser just like me. Yes. And so many guests that we have had on this podcast.
No, but yeah, congrats to everyone. Congrats to theater in South Florida in general.
Did you go this year or no? You weren't feeling...
I had the flu. I was sicky.
I'm shocked that you still haven't gone to the Carbonells.
I was planning on it this year. I really was.
Yeah.
I was ready to go because I wanted to support my Slobes family, my LPAC family.
Yeah.
But
the Carbonells are interesting. Where was it this year?
It was at Lauderhill.
Yeah, no.
Or as nope, I'm not gonna.
We can't say that name. But
yeah.
The Carbonells is such an interesting thing. The award systems are such an interesting thing.
It gets better for sure in certain aspects. Don't want to dive into it. But if you know,
I know
I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a better step. I think there has been some turnover in general, and I think that's for the best. Mm-hmm. I think
the only thing that matters is the non-ec awards anyway, the nonnies.
That's
the only thing that matters. I mean, like, if you're really looking forward to something, like, I look forward to a Sean William Davis video submission. Like, that's what I look forward to. You know what I'm saying?
Where he's, like, receiving an award for something that he wasn't given.
Yeah, exactly. Without a shirt on.
Without a shirt, like, in the ocean.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no. Listen, the Carbonells are great for one thing. And that's fucking partying.
Oh yeah, the liquor.
Liquor.
Liquor. No.
And, however, I've heard that like it's gotten a lot shorter. Like the ceremony itself has gotten a lot shorter than it has been in past years. Because before they would let people speak as long as they fucking wanted to. So speeches could be endless. So what could have been an hour and a half show would become like a 4-hour adventure. And I just think back to every Carbonell I haven't gone to the Carbonells because I moved, but I also have not gone to the Carbonells sober. So that's going to be an experience the next time I attend one of those things because I just remember the things that I forgot.
Speaking of awards too, I'm
Mhm.
officially a Delago Award loser.
Congratulations, congratulations,
Thank you,
Michael.
and shout out to Bob Ruggles for winning for She Loves Me. He was incredible, and
Hmm.
we had this pack because for the Witches opening cast party, he was there, and he came up to me. He said, "Congratulations!" Oh, I said, "Oh, thank you." He goes, "No, no, no, not about the show." Like that was good, but you got nominated, and I was like, "Oh no, for what?" And he was like, "Something at the Delray Beach Playhouse. Here, check it out." And I was expecting chorus line because that
Hmm.
just happened.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was for the most outstanding male lead performer in a musical for Danny Zuko in Grease, which I performed over a year ago now at this point. Like I wanted to push that show out of my memory. And it got brought back up when I did chorus line because all the Lynn kids, saw it and they were in it. So I was Daniel Zuko again, basically for the summer. Um,
Hmm.
but I was planning on going to that again, just to support. Because even with Ruggles, I was like, hey, if you win, can I accept? And if I win, you accept the award. And we had this whole like big joke going. And I ended up getting the flu and I couldn't go. But yeah, no, I was sitting at home and I shot Ruggles a text and I was like, yo, congrats. Because I was out. But Greece won for best ensemble, and our non-ec alum Hannah Haley won for Sandra D. Um, but again, missed two award shows in the same week.
I just gotta ask. I just gotta ask. So, how does it feel being a professional actor yet you still lost at a community theater?
The only reason why I'm okay with it is because I lost to someone who I respect. Like I
Yeah.
respect the fuck out of Bob Ruggles because we're both professional actors and we're both trudging along. And that's the only reason I wasn't like, bitch.
Listen, you could have been me. Literally, like I remember because I had worked at Lakewood Playhouse before I had done professional stuff, and so during that year, I was working on nine. Now this is like I'm like on my second professional contract, whatever. You know, a show that where I've won awards for
Yeah.
professionally. I was nominated for Rock of Ages at Lakewood Playhouse, and I lost, and I went. Go, 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 go.
I went to that last year
Mm-hmm.
because Bruno and I got nominated for Best Supporting Male Leads
Yeah, yeah.
for Heathers.
Mm-hmm.
And we were looking at the ballot and we're like, oh, yeah, it's going to be neck and neck between you and I. And I looked down and I saw the little boy from Newsies. And I looked at Bruno. I said, are you ready to lose to the 9-year-old? And he goes, what? And then they announced the 9-year-old to win. We both looked at each other and we were like, yeah, fuck yeah. So I've not only lost once at a community theater, I've lost twice. So hopefully I get nominated next year for Al DeLuca and I lose a third time because I want the holy trinity of losses. You know? Gotta get it.
I got to get nominated in a different state for an award. Well, no, I think, well, if you count the Broadway World Awards, I don't really count those. But if
Yeah,
there
we
was,
both got nominated for that.
I've always lost it. I've been nominated for like 5 times.
Yeah.
I've consistently lost. No, but I was thinking of like regional, like state by state awards, because like I lost for the Carbonell. I lost for the New Hampshire Theater Alliance Award. I'm like, I just need another big state like award system to say like you're good, but
But
not
not
really.
good enough. Oh Christ. Yeah, that's the problem with like award shows. Like I don't want it to undermine how hard other people have worked. And like keep in mind, this isn't about me losing to Danny Zuko. I could give less of a fuck. Like genuinely. Like I could care less. But if anyone at the Carbonells felt like their stuff wasn't as good because they didn't win, you're wrong. Like every single person,
Yeah, at that point, it's just a matter of opinion.
genuinely,
It's not like a matter of quality. It's just a matter of opinion.
yeah,
Also, half the time for people, if they didn't get nominated, it is a matter of opinion. That is
yeah,
what it is. It
yeah. I
is
didn't cry
just
myself to sleep
opinions.
for multiple weeks because I didn't get nominated for anything. Like I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, Grimsby got tucked away, nice and neat last night. Like what, he had his little celebration. Um, but just have fun, people. Like we play pretend, and it's nice to get recognized for that.
Sure. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
winning isn't everything. Um, God, I sound like my
Losing is everything.
yeah, it is. So if you get nominated this year for the Nonnies and you lose, you're even bigger of a you
Bigger
really
winner.
are big winner.
You're the real winner here.
Who's the real winner here with Kat and Michael? The Carbonell episode.
Oh my goodness.
Well, let's talk about the upcoming weeks. So right now, we have scheduled in the wonderful, the tone deaf, the perfect pitch, Laura Swartzendruber. She played my wife, Christine Urich, in Chorus Line, and she was most recently Jennifer Gabriel in Witches of Eastwick at Slow Burn. And she's currently in a production of Our Town at Lynn University. So she's in rehearsal right now. She's going to get out later, and we're going to hop on the pod with her for next week. And then we
Hell
have the
yeah.
wonderful Eli Flynn, who will be coming on. I've done multiple things. I went to college with Eli, and he's a little slow burn, little slut too. So we'll get him on here, but we're gonna take a break for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
As you mentioned in last week's episode, and we're just gonna cruise along, because non-ec nonsense. As much as we love it, we gotta put our health first, and that's why I missed last episode. So everyone's
Yeah.
good.
No,
Everyone
we
stay
we
healthy.
love it, but we've been busy. I mean, like Michael, you've been busy with witches,
Mhm.
and how did that go?
Which just was good. It was a cute little run. I had a little mini anxiety attack of thinking that I had to go on for the devil
Mm-hmm.
in week 2. I could have gone on week 3. um, you know, it, uh, it, I don't know. It was a very interesting show. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
You find an appreciation for every show that you do. Um, and I'm really gonna miss Joe Marino from the bottom of my little heart here. Getting to portray Mario on stage in disguise was just a real pleasure of mine. Um, but everything was great. Toes still broken. You know, but it was a great run. It was the first show where my mom said, "Michael, I had to close my eyes for a second because of the shit I was doing on stage." So that's a pat on the back. Um,
Congratulations, you've scarred your family.
yeah, that's how I humped the shit out of the chair on stage left 16. It was really
Mm-hmm.
good. Um, but no, yeah, no, it was a wonderful production. Um, but on to the next, where we're going off to Leningrad, and we're gonna sing
Mm-hmm.
some pretty music and dance some pretty dances in Anastasia. So that starts in like little less than a month. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
actually like 3 weeks from today. So
Okay.
yeah, already studying, um, getting ready, and yeah. What about you, Kat?
I mean, I was just up to Disenchanted. The we did the northeastern part of the tour, which was wild. And literally like it was not that long. It was like what, like the first leg was just like a month, because most of the tour is happening in 2025. We just had like a bunch of dates in New England and stuff that like we were gonna try to just like bang them out, because they wanted us to come in October and stuff. So we did that, and of course I'm like covering 3 different tracks and being told it's only so many cities. You're not going to have to go on. You won't have to go on. And I was like, well, 2 out of 3 of the parts are done. So, like, what's the likelihood it's going to be the one that I haven't performed yet?
Bam. Sleeping Beauty. Whack. Right there. She did it, ladies and gents. Kat, listen, for the rest of the tour, get ready for The Little Mermaid. Get ready for Princess Jasmine. Get ready for Belle.
This is literally my fucking nightmare. I'm
Yeah.
like, I literally sit there every time, and I talked to Johnny on the phone, like literally yesterday, because we were talking about like the contracts for the spring and whatever, and I I was like, Johnny, he was like, oh, there really you shouldn't have had to go on. And I'm like, Johnny, every
I
time you
did.
say that I don't need to go on and that I don't need to do this thing, it ends up happening. So what's gonna happen? You're like, well, Kat, you've already done four out of 10 of the princesses. It's not like you're gonna do any more. I am imagining him saying that to me, and then I get a phone call. Hey, Kat. I'm anticipating it. It's my trauma response to Disenchanted now. No, but it was great.
I have a great question for you.
Yeah.
Besides Disenchanted,
Mm-hmm.
if you had to go on for every single role in a show confidently, what would that show be?
Um, Probably either Rocky Horror or Kinky Boots because they are both shows that I've done multiple times.
Gotcha.
Oh, actually, fucking the Who's Tommy.
Yep. You'd be like ready to like tomorrow. You get a call. Hey.
And someone literally called me tomorrow and be like, "Hey, we need you to play insert track in the Who's Tommy." I could do that with a half an hour put in. It's just not. It's so not even funny. It's so not even funny. Like,
Try. I think you know which ones I could do. There's 2 shows where I could confidently go on with any male character.
the devil and witches. No, no,
No.
no.
Mario Daryl. Yeah.
No, definitely Grease.
Yeah. I know that show like the back of my hand. It's disgusting.
That's crazy. And like I feel like just because of how many things you were fucking covering, probably Into the Woods.
I don't think I could confidently go on for like Jack and the Princes, but it would be chorus line. Like if you
Really?
genuinely threw, because I know all the original choreo now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and no one has like crazy solos for the boys
That is
except
true.
for Paul. I'd be fucked with that monologue.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would be fucked. But besides Paul, I could do any of them. I swear on my life.
yeah, yeah.
It would be a little cancelable with some of the characters, but I could do it.
Give it a
I
ball, give it
almost
a
went on
ball,
for
give it a ball.
Richie. It was almost, shit
Shit,
Alan.
Alan.
It almost was. It was 30 minutes away from being it. But
Oh my goodness.
I think that's confidently what it could be. So
oh my goodness. But yeah, no, tour was great. Great houses. Got to travel a lot. And now I'm in the Arctic tundra in Rhode Island again. It's all good. All good. But yeah, we'll be coming back very soon. Soon and very soon. We'll be starting back down in Florida and working our way around the country again.
Carl, we gotta let's just get there. Oh, Christ. Well, we're this week was just a little bit of a shorter episode. Saying hello. We got guests coming for the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for joining us, guys. This is a little chit chat to all the Carbonell people, winners and losers. Congratulations just for being there in general. sending love to the South Florida theater community.
I hope you all got
and
blasted.
Yeah, I hope you all got trashed while I sat alone in my bed with a box of tissues blowing my nose consistently, you know. But send them love. So yeah, this has been Nonic Nonsense. We come to you every Monday on your dark days. And we'll be back next week with Laura Schwartzendruber's episode. But until then, my name is Michael Materdomini.
My name is Cat Gold.
Stay happy, stay healthy.
Stay
no
healthy.
flu.
No COVID.
No COVID.